Andy once told me that when he went to start Artisan, he made the decision to look for a West Coast backer, venture capital firm and private equity firm to back him, because he felt like the people on the East Coast always worried about what their downside was, and the people on the West Coast said, how big can it be? I think that's sort of the way Andy thinks, is he has a vision, in his mind he knows it makes sense, why not go for it?
This was a period of time, this is 1994, 1995. Andy wanted to raise the princely sum of $4.5 million to basically show institutional investors he was well capitalized. That was something I was interested in doing and agreed that I would raise the money for him. It was very, very good. That $4.5 million invested in a company with zero assets. That company is now public today, manages somewhere around $100 billion. It isn't hard to do the math of 4.5 to many billions of dollars to realize that was a very good one.
And I remember him always talking about looking for and putting together the island of misfit toys. And what he meant by that is there were so many unloved and unfit toys, investment managers in these very big companies where they were being stifled and put into a box and not able to practice their art in investment management. And he would look for those misfit toys, so to speak, and provide them with a platform where they could really, where they could succeed. And so that's what he did day by day. He built a terrific island of misfit toys.
And he started taking lessons from me when I was at Ozaki Country Club. And so we'd play some rounds of golf together and we became friends, and that's how I got to know him. And my wife Barb looks at the paper and said, Rich, Andy Ziegler just bought Erin Hills. And I thought, wow, I didn't think he was going to do that. So he came in that morning and we started chatting about his horses, because he's very accomplished in terms of the horse industry with his team. And then he said, and I want you to come on board in preparation of the Open and work the next 8 years. And I thought, whoa, I had to sit back a bit. You don't have an opportunity to work for someone who is very, very successful and a great vision and a perfectionist in everything that he does.
I worked with Andy's dad, Wisconsin's first state cartographer, Art Ziegler, and I worked with Art for many years. Art had to create a vision of what is the state cartographer's office going to accomplish, and in that he had some vision of how to catalog information and provide that information out to the state. Art's attention to detail was keen, and I think that probably distilled into his kids as well. Art was so proud of Andy, spoke just highly of him.
It tends to be a business where somebody was a good investor, and because they were a good investor, they'd end up running the firm. But a lot of the things that would make them a good investor would actually make them a bad manager of people and of a business. Andy was interesting because while with Carlene, he was the whole package, because Carlene was a good investor, Andy was actually interested in managing a business. And that was actually, and remains today, unusual.
But a brilliant entrepreneur, first and foremost. A builder. He loves to build, whether it's building a business, building teams, building his homes, building a golf course. He loves to build.
I think he's got this Midwest ethos, and I think coming out of an environment like that and you hit the workplace, you say to yourself, this isn't that hard. I just have to outwork these guys. Right? I can't believe I'm getting this opportunity. And I think Andy would probably say the same thing. I mean, I think that's what Madison does for you.